Okay, powerful stuff. Look, you leave everybody here with this 21-day relationship enricher. Not to spoil it, because they should get the book for that and the trance as well. But like, what is this about? This is about you trying to kind of have a relationship hygiene or do something every day to check up on your relationship. Say I've been married for 20 years and I bring this home to my wife and say, guess what? We're going to do the 21 relationship richer. First of all, she's going to be like, well, you like Paul McKenna. I don't like Paul McKenna. But like, how can you get your partner to buy in on this? Or is this for you first?
It's for you.
So that's what's important, right? You shouldn't be projecting this stuff onto the other person.
No.
Take ownership.
Yeah, take ownership. When you change, the dynamic will change. But with regard to the journal at the back, what gets measured gets done, right? So if you've got to report to somebody you're going to do something, you're far more likely to do it. And in the same way, if you've got a way of measuring, if you're doing these, if you're taking time to do self-care, if you are focusing on the quality of your communication, things like this, then it's going to get done. And also, you'll feel a sense of momentum after a while, and it'll be easier to do it than not do it. And so very often I see people go, like particularly at the beginning of the year, they set these massive goals. And it's a great idea to have big vision, but they set themselves goals that are too big for them to achieve, and so they give up fairly early on. Whereas if they just did something every day to move them closer to what it is they want, they'd be more likely to achieve it.
Okay, and so you ask people just to ask themselves, like, how am I communicating today? What am I doing? What am I learning? Just basic kind of just checking in with yourself.
Yes.
I love that question you said in the beginning, which is the simple only question you ever need to ask, which is, what do you want from me? Is that what you said? What do you need from me?
What do you need from me?
What do you need from me?
And when I asked my wife that...
Sounds so simple, but it's not.
Well, I'd never done this before, and I'd been reading about conflict resolution and unmet needs. And so I sat her down, I said, darling, I need to ask you something. She went, what's that? I went, what do you need from me? And she looked at me and went, why do you ask? I went, I need to know. And she came out with a whole load of things. Some of it was, I don't need you to continue doing that. But it was simple stuff like, I really want you to hold my hand. We're walking down, I said, yeah, I get it.
Right.
It's, for whatever reason, I didn't do that. Maybe I'm not so touchy-feely or something. But I got that was important to her. And some of it was simple stuff like, she wants the recycling stuff put in these particular bags. Personally, I don't believe the end of the world will come if I put the plastic in one and that. But hey, if it's important to her, then I'm going to do it.
Do you think we're all sitting on a bunch of these quick wins that we could actually get and make our relationships better if we just communicate?
Oh, well, I know we are. I mean, if you look at the scientific research around the little things that make the big difference, time and time again, it comes back to these simple things about, for example, just paying attention to somebody, giving them your state of being, your presence, is much more than looking all over the place. Nowadays, when someone sits down, they put their smartphone there and they're talking to you, but they're looking at that all the time. You're somewhat invalidated by that. Simple little things like that are the difference that makes the difference.
Yeah, and like that's another thing you talk about as just paying attention to people and giving them your attention, which these days is a big thing.
Yeah, that's right. Well, again, kids that it's all about a keyboard and it's not actually connecting.
Yeah.
And I think that we are going through some many positive changes in the world right now, but also there's a few challenges too.
All right, I'm giving everybody a call to action right now. If you're watching this or listening to this, pull out your phone and take the top person on your texting that's your closest relationship and say, what do you need from me? Or go home and ask them tonight.
Yeah.
And then I think that would start a great discussion, and they might be like, why it happened, well, Paul McKenna told me, and go into this, because I think that's a great question.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask my wife tonight, and she's probably watching me right now, and she probably has a list of 20 things.
Oh, she might say a new Louis Vuitton bag or,
But like, if that would make her happy, then that's fine. But I'm sure there's a bunch of things in there that are quick wins for both of us that we just never talk about, and it puts strain on our relationship.
Well, also, Brian, things like when I brought my wife a cup of tea for the first time in bed, she went, thank you so much. I went, it's a cup of tea. She went, yeah, but you went downstairs, you made it, you fed the dog, and that's really sweet of you. You thought about me. I went, yeah, I did, yeah. And so I see, yeah.
My wife likes that too. And I have the same reaction. Like, why does it matter? You could have made the same tea in about 45 seconds, but because I do it, it's special.
Yes.
And I got to pay attention to that more. Okay.